This is the WHILL Model Ci, and it's being dubbed the power wheelchair of the future. This is the San Francisco company's third power chair design, and it's the lightest and cheapest of them all. WHILL unveiled the Model Ci earlier this year at CES in Las Vegas, and finally, I'm getting to take it for a spin. This is Power On. Well, here it is. I am very, very excited to meet the WHILL Model Ci. I've only seen it online and in pictures, and to see it in person, it is very impressive and actually very small. I don't think that's the right term. It's compact, which is very nice. Doesn't take up a lot of room. So first impressions, very sleek, very compact, very modern, which I like, and also simplistic. I say that because I'm seeing 4 buttons on the left armrest, and they're basically the buttons that control the on-off, a button that controls the horn, and one that controls the speed in which you can go. So it goes from 1 to 4. So 1 obviously would be the slowest and 4 would be the fastest. What I found interesting about this, playing around with it briefly, is that the front wheels don't actually turn or pivot like they would in a traditional chair. What happens is, if I can do this, they actually slide. And they move around a little bit, but it's mainly because the back wheels are powering this device. So you see how that works? Now we're on hardwood, a hardwood floor, and it glides fairly smoothly over the hardwood. It would be interesting to see what happens if this gets outside on a different surface where there's more grip. That would be interesting to see if it taxes the battery because there's more power to move the chair. But you can see that your circumference, it takes up very little room because your circumference is just in this area. Also very cool is that these wheels in the back are puncture proof. So you don't have to worry about flats, which, can you imagine getting a flat somewhere remote? That's not, or anywhere really for that matter. So you know what I want to do? I want to test this outside on ground that might grip more and see how it goes. Let's take it outside. A little chilly out here. I think I'll grab my jacket from the very convenient storage tray located right under the seat. Much better. When I first started to try out this chair, I noticed that the joystick is very sensitive, meaning that if you're not used to it, you might get a lot of herky-jerky action because it is more sensitive than maybe other joysticks that you might be used to. But once you get that down, it's pretty much a smooth ride from there. For some, table height is an issue. That's why we came into this office. But I'm able to slide this WHILL Model Ci right under the table. We have a height of between 20 and 23 inches to play with, and we have it at its lowest height from floor to seat. And we're here with no problem. So you have arrived at your car or whatever vehicle you want to load this into. It's time to take this apart. It breaks down into 3 pieces. Under the seat, there's a lever. You just pull it towards you. Very, very easy. You lift this straight up, just like that. That's one piece. Then, on the right side, there's a lever right near the wheel. You pull that back, and this separates the front from the back, just like that. And now there's your 3 pieces: the seat, the front wheels, and the rear wheels. And that's it. Each one of them fairly light. The back one, because that's where the motor is going to be a little bit heavier, but the rest of them are fairly simple and fairly easy to move around. The WHILL Model Ci is unlike any wheelchair I've ever seen. But then again, it's not really fair to call it a wheelchair because neither does WHILL. They call it a personal electric vehicle. So what does it mean for you? It means that it's not considered a medical device. It wasn't submitted to the FDA, so insurance providers won't cover the cost. I can see how someone who's never owned a wheelchair would want to own one of these WHILL Model Ci's. It's sleek, it's compact, and it's really the perfect marriage of fashion and function. And at $4,000, you get both. Hey, it's Raphael. Thanks for watching this clip from Power On. If you're in the San Francisco Bay Area and you're interested in demoing the WHILL Model Ci, just visit thecil.org/atconsult to schedule your one-on-one consultation.